This video contains language not suitable for children.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Dawllz Chat with Josie and Maddie. I'm Josie.
I'm Maddie.
And this is Dawllz Chat, brought to you by StreamYard.
So on today's episode, we're just continuing on from what we discussed last week, which was the young boy being arrested from being suspended from school. So he was suspended from school because he only said there was two genders, even though in reality, what Madison brought to our attention last week was if he said there was two sexes, then he'd definitely be right. But there's definitely more than one gender. So now we're continuing on with the picture. So I thought because this picture was involved in that interview that this was a teacher, but no, it's a teacher at another school. But we're about to get into the video.
You doubtless remember the Canadian shop teacher who decided to pull the kids in his class into his weird sexual fetishes. The teacher goes by the name of Kayla Lemieux, showed up in enormous fake prosthetic breasts and wagged them at the kids. And for months, the cowardly school board in Ontario, that'd be the Halton District School Board, defended this creep. But now, under pressure, including the threat of legal action from parents, they appear to be backing down a little bit. The school board says it will require a professional dress code from teachers, meaning smaller prosthetic breasts, apparently. Well, the Canadian media ignored this story. Rebel News did not. Its reporter David Menzies has been on it from the very beginning. He joins us tonight. David, thanks so much for coming on. You look great, by the way.
Well, Tucker, on network TV, as they say, give them the jiggle with the giggle, right?
That is 100%. And look, as long as you feel empowered, we're for it. But tell us, like, how, since you are wearing the costume of the shop teacher in Ontario, I mean, how could you teach shop class wearing those things? I guess just a core competency first.
Tucker, you could not. In fact, I've always said, forget about the Ministry of Education. Where's the Ministry of Labor? Long sleeves, long hair, not done up in a bun or a hairnet, jewelry. Busty Lemieux breaks every shop etiquette rule in the book. And by the way, just in case your audience thinks I've attached myself to some kind of fetish lifestyle or I'm a drag queen storyteller for hire, no, that's not the case. I went there to the Halton District School Board back in October, dressed exactly like Busty Lemieux, the sheer blouse with the nipples protruding, the blonde hair, the bicycle shorts. And here's the thing about the hypocrisy of the Halton District School Board, Tucker. They're all down with the radical transgender agenda, but only when it's in front of the kids. When it's in front of their school board meeting, they actually fled the room, and I have subsequently been banned for life, Tucker, from Halton District School Board headquarters and all their schools because I guess I was asking impolite questions and they don't like the idea of drag when it comes to them. Now, the news, Tucker, is that earlier this month, the HDSB trustees approved a request to the education director. His name is Curtis Innes, he, him. And what they want to do is craft a professionalism policy to maintain appropriate and professional standards of dress in the classroom. Now, maybe you and your viewers are saying, wait a minute, isn't this deja vu all over again? Didn't they look into this back in November? And yes, they did. And it was rejected in November by Sari Taha, who is their human resources superintendent. So two things here, Tucker. What would change from November until March? I don't think anything has. And also that director of education, Curtis Innes, he, him, he released a statement where he essentially said that he might veto a dress code recommendation, that they will continue to be, answerable to human rights, equity, et cetera, et cetera. So the HDSB is kind of like professional wrestling. Nothing is real until it happens.
I don't know what's going on up there. We're going to have to visit your country sometime soon just to check it out. And I have to say, I'm a little bit sympathetic to the school board because I am intimidated
So I wanna just apologize because for some reason the audio ended up being off track at the end. Um, so just I want to put this out there because I'm not sure if many people have noticed it. One of the anchors, which is obviously the guest anchor, which I believe was David Menzies, um, he kept referring to Kayla Lemieux as Busty Lemieux. So I just want you to know her name is Kayla, not Busty, because throughout the rest of the interview, they only say her real name once and then continue to refer to her as Busty the remainder of the interview. Go ahead, Madison.
This is a drag queen.
Yeah.
This is not a woman of trans experience. This is not a
See,
woman.
no, I'm sorry. The thing is, she's actually identifying as trans, and the only reason that they're saying that it's prosthetic breast is because they have an alleged photo of her outside, walking outside without the breasts on. But she herself is claiming that they are real. Mind you, these are size Z breasts. Go ahead, Madison. I'm sorry.
I wasn't aware of that. From the video, I didn't catch that. I fully caught that she said that she came to a meeting dressed like this, which
Oh no. See now, this is the crazy part. The anchor, though they look alike, so David Menzies dressed as Kayla Lemieux. So the person they're talking about, the anchor that's talking about her dressed like her and went to a random board meeting in America because that teacher is actually based in Canada.
What?
Yes, I know. It's a whole world of what the fuck, okay? Sorry, and excuse my French. Because they are in America talking about a teacher in Canada who is a shop teacher. And they were talking about is it safe to be dressed the way she was with her size Z breast, hair long. So the teacher naturally what normally has size Z breast, like a shirt that barely holds the breast in, and is wearing biker shorts walking around the class. And it's even been reported that she shimmied her breast in her students' faces. So that's why it ended up being a thing with the family in Canada. So what Tucker had David Menzies do was dress up as Kayla Lemieux and go to a school board meeting and ask them some inappropriate questions that you shouldn't ask at a educational institution, and he ended up being banned from that facility.
So the person in the video is not the teacher they're talking about. This is just some random person that chose to dress up like her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that video because that's not what I got from that. That's crazy. So you don't have to put it back on. I'm gonna rewatch it in my own personal time.
Okay.
But that's really wild. That decreases anything that I have to say.
I'm sorry.
If this is not the person we're talking about, then we don't need to talk about them. This is not who we were discussing. This is a person that just dressed. So essentially, the person in the video we just saw is dressing as someone else.
Yes, and they even had pictures of the real Kayla Lemieux, which was attached to the two gender story, which is what he brought up in the beginning. So Tucker opens the interview with, "Do you remember that shop teacher in Canada, in Ontario, Canada?" And that's Kayla Lemieux. Kayla Lemieux is the shop teacher that was causing controversy, and the reason she was causing controversy is because she has size Z breasts, and from the report that they have on her, it says that she says that her breasts are real, that they're not prosthetics.
Right. So who was the person speaking in the video?
David Menzies speaking on her and what he believed, what she was doing as a teaching professional, and whether how she dressed herself was safe.
Okay. No shade. I feel like I just wasted my time. I don't think that someone dressing up is the problem and
Yeah.
parading around, because then what I said is true. The person
Yeah.
on camera was dressed in drag, correct?
No, 100%. 100%.
That's what I was saying. I was saying the person that we saw on the camera was in drag and was not a trans woman. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to clarify in case people think that this is the person. It's
Oh, I
not. This is
apologize.
a drag performer. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Why would we need that? Why would that be something necessary for a news station? Like,
Hang on, you're freezing, Madison. Give me a second. Okay, you're back.
what?
Well,
Why didn't we just get an interview with the person? If we're talking about trans issues, you cannot have a drag queen sit in and interpret anything. They
and
know.
not to mention, he doesn't identify as a drag queen. He just did that for this interview to kind of make a mockery of Kayla. He in the video says, I just want to let viewers know, me dressing up like this is just for the interview. He in no way, this is his words. It is not a fetish, a sexual fetish that he has, nor does he like to dress up like a transvestite, I believe the words were.
I think
Or cross-dressing.
news-wise,
Yeah.
that was incredibly unorthodox and unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest stigmas we have is getting confused with drag performers.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to speak about trans issues, I only can do that with a trans individual. I don't feel like someone who's the teacher that's in question.
Yeah.
I don't have enough information to back up the teacher. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, 100%. 100%.
Like, especially.
But no, this is. I'm so sorry. This is my confusion with the teacher. What would possess you, even if your breasts were a size Z? What would possess you to wear a shirt that your breasts would actually fall off the bottom if you bend over too much, and wear small biker shorts?
My question is not for the teacher. My question is for the school. When the faculty saw this person walk into school today, they knew that they were incredibly inappropriately dressed, because had that have been a high school student, she would have been sent home.
That's a fact. That's very, very much a fact. Absolutely.
If you choose to have a larger bust and prefer to wear provocative clothing, you can do that in your own time. When you come to work, you are not representing yourself. You are representing the school. Whenever you will be referenced, they will reference your name and that you teach at this school. So as soon as faculty saw this is how you decided to come to work today, should have been the moment. This shouldn't have been I don't blame the teacher. I blame the school. I believe that the teacher 100% showed signs of being not fit for this faculty. I fully believe that. And when we let this person walk the halls of our school, at that moment, we were saying this is okay. Mm-hmm. And that is not okay. That's not okay for a cisgendered woman. That's not okay for a transgendered woman. That's not okay for a non-binary person. That is not how you conduct yourself.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck out of here. So have you seen? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to jump into the student situation because that's what this was initially for. And
Yeah.
but do you see that's how news gets twisted and construed? Because they
Yeah.
showed us a picture of someone that wasn't the teacher at his school. They were just
Yeah.
using the picture as an example that this
Yeah.
person is allowed to teach in a school. And instead of talking about the situation at hand, we
Which was
discussed someone that wasn't even involved.
that part.
This video today is just to illustrate that the person that they showed in the video we've shown you previously had absolutely nothing to do with that school system. That was not a
Period.
teacher in that Catholic school. That was not. This
No.
was only used to smear and to show that this is what trans people look like, and that is not what trans people look like. That is the most slanderous thing that I've ever seen. And my biggest problem with a lot of people and companies is staying on task. If we're going to be upset about this, let's be upset about this. Let's not drag someone else into it. Let's not bring up 12 years ago from their past. I don't understand that. That has absolutely nothing to do with the situation currently. Nothing.
Or let's not use ignorant optics to get your point across. You understand what I'm saying?
It's Fox News.
I know that's right. Okay.
I mean, I expect nothing less.
From
But what
Fox
I don't
News,
expect is for someone to dress up on a news channel of a person who you are trying to crucify, because that's what this was about, crucifying this person, as if it was funny, or if we can just laugh at this. That is not the case. That is rude, that is disrespectful, and that should not be something you are so worried about. We're showing our children. What are you promoting?
Right. That's
what
crazy.
narrative are you pushing? Because not everyone looks like that.
And then this is the thing too. They're pushing this in during the time of cancel culture. You understand what I'm saying? Something like this, and if somebody
before you finish that, I do want to state this article is from 6 years ago.
The one we
just saw, yeah, it's like 4 years ago. When you go to the thing, it says it on the tab. It says years.
Hang on.
So
we look crazy.
I'm just genuinely, completely, and utterly against the whole
sitch.
I want to choose my words wisely, because in the spirit of not fighting ignorance with ignorance, I'm trying to not slanderize the person, because essentially he was doing his job.
Yeah. But he was still using ignorant tactics to do it. The video we just saw was from a month ago.
That was a month ago?
This video was from a month ago, yeah.
Crazy. No.
And that's what makes it even more scary. Like I said, amidst cancel culture, news anchors, people with actual authority are doing things like this. Which, this is what cancel culture is for, to cancel people like that. Well, I guess you can't cancel the news, right? Because, I don't know. You can't cancel the news.
Yeah, that's really abnormal to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that nobody's really, no other news cycle is talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because some communities would consider what he did transphobic or even homophobic. Because he doesn't identify as queer. He's not a drag queen. You understand what I'm saying? And then he dressed up to make a mockery of another person who identifies as trans.
That he did. The whole video was just for slander. The entire video was just to express a narrative that they feel like other people should also feel. I do want to say, though their tactics were awful, they were not incorrect. You cannot hold yourself to be an educator and carry yourself in such a way.
Yeah.
You're molding minds. I'm all for equality and opening the door. But to be so extreme, teaching children is not the job for you. No one is
Nope.
saying that how you choose to live your life is how you choose to live your life. But in this instance, it's not just about you choosing to live your life. As I stated earlier, you are the face of the school. Any educator is going to be the face of the school, and the school does not want that to represent them. And for you to consider yourself of trans experience, they said that her surgeries were real. But from experience, when you get breast augmentation done, your boobs have to already be at a certain growth. And the size cup has to go up the years you go, because now there's space. So once the breast has, from whatever size it was, you end up going up in a bigger size because you have to do maintenance. There is no logical way she was flat-chested yesterday and came into work with triple Z's saying that this is me with no bra.
No shade, yeah. She's a size Z with, this is all me, all grown.
You are making a mockery of not just yourself, but your community. Because that's not what we look like.
And we could never. Never. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, I'm Josie.
And I'm Maddie.
And this is Dawllz Chat.
Period.
How the hell do you turn this shit off?
You just gotta press the button. It's the same button.
Did I do it?
I've done this 4 times now.
Is it?
It's the same one.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.